This is ContactTalkRadio.com. Consciousness in action. And you are taking action into your consciousness by tuning into Contact Talk Radio.
And on TuneIn.com, Hing.fm, and UpSnap Mobile.
Contact Talk Radio.
Welcome to Transformation with Tara Sutphen. Tara Sutphen is the author of Blame It on Your Past Lives and Soul Agreements. 3 audio CD series, Metaphysical Meditations, Sourcing Series, and Sleep Programming. Tara has also collaborated with Emmy Award-winning Shane Stanley and Marla Maples on numerous DVDs. Tara Sutphen is a master in the psychic sciences. If you'd like to find out more about Tara's work, upcoming seminars, and meditations to help you fulfill your dreams, visit her website at tarasutphen.com.
Welcome to Transformations with Tara. This is Tara Sutphen, and my guest today is Jason D. McKean. He is the Om Tarot Wizard. He has a new album out. It's called Chakra Balancing, right, Jason?
Nope.
Oh.
But thank you.
I love it.
It
wow,
is
you did my
called.
homework more. Yeah.
It's along those lines, right? And
right.
You got the first word correct, chakra, but it is called Chakra Connection Meditation. And
beautiful, actually. I like that better.
Well, it's a specifically meant to it's like a beginner who doesn't know anything about the chakras can listen in, or someone who is very familiar with it, right? It's about either connecting or reconnecting with each chakra. The meditation is a half hour long, so we take it one by one, and then it's also that connection takes place, and then an activation as well as the connection. So it's about, let's say, if one is at the solar plexus chakra, right, and they're not feeling like powerful enough, right, or they need to increase their own personal energy, then it's about recognizing it and building that energy up, right? It's very personalized as far as I approached it in a different manner this time, and you know the process well. It's like you write a script for something, and then you
and it changes all around.
Well, I mean, it can once you get in the wording of it and
into production,
and you want to be authentic with it, right? As far as the words, you want it to be kind of match your voice, your vibration, that whole energy of it. And with this one, it was recorded without a script. It was just structured. There was a framework to it, but there was no exact script to it. So it's about energy. It's about almost when you're doing a psychic reading for someone, right? It's like there's no script, right? It's like the cards. If you use cards, they have their layers of meaning, but when you go when you connect with someone, right, that you're giving a reading for, it's like it's like you're in the moment and you're feeling the energy that's going on with all involved. And so it was a really interesting process, and I think it taps into the necessary fundamentals, but it also like with the heart chakra and all, it's I'm really for people stepping into their heart energy, into their throat energy, the throat chakra, where they're voicing what it is that they're feeling, and moving into their best selves, that they are enacting their best self in the world, and that they're tapping into their own their own purpose, right?
Yes.
So I'm really excited. I know I sound excited about it, right? As I was like,
I love it.
No,
I love it.
But
I love it. Yeah.
I just released it yesterday, as far as it's out there on iTunes and Amazon. It's not in CD form yet, but it will be down the road. It's just iTunes and Amazon are really great resources for someone to go to and pick it up. So, chakra connection meditation.
Nice. I love it because Jason is so great at producing anyway. You know, he produces just really the top of the creme de la creme, really. He really is a top producer. And gosh, under your belt, you have hundreds of MP3s, CDs that he's recorded for other people. And, mm-hmm. I'm so excited about the stuff that he's coming out with because, he's been the voice of the Om, over 1 million records. And he's really, you have a voice to really share with all of us. And so it's really awesome that you're doing this. So the chakras, why don't we kind of like break down the chakras so that people understand what chakra connecting and enhancing your chakras could kind of mean, on an energetic level, a spiritual level. It really starts to affect your physical body though, as far as bringing in your top vibrational level and your wellness. It's all about wellness.
I think it is a complete map, right, of the of our being, right? It taps into the physical and the energetic, the spiritual, and when it goes up from the root, the root chakra. Chakra means like wheel or disc, right? So it's like when you see it in a diagram or so, it's like kind of either a light or this wheel that is, you see red there at the root, orange at the sacral, yellow, the solar plexus, green at the heart, usually a light blue at the throat, indigo, third eye, and then at the top of the head there, the crown chakra. It's violet, and at the root, that is very much about the physical. It's about being grounded in the world, knowing that you have to be sustainable in the world. That is a must. For spirit to have any say or to be connected to the the physical. It's like. The two go hand in hand. And, so as you go up from the root to the crown, it gets more like etheric or more spiritual, right? But it is definitely, they along that spectrum, they do need to work together. And so when we balance, when we activate the chakras, it's like a whole being tune up, right? So that again, one can be their most effective out in the world and for themselves too. I feel it's very much about tapping into our own purpose. And I think we've been pretty fortunate in our life to have an idea of what it is we're here to do on the planet.
Yeah. You mean you and I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's truth. Yeah, I resisted some of my stuff early on, but it didn't matter. I was going beelining for my destiny.
Yeah. Sometimes you have no. The universe has a way of just kind of like making sure that we're on that path. It's like with the ohms for me, right? It's like. That's something that I feel was kind of an accidental move, or it's like
road.
I was definitely in another vein as far as I was more of a rock musician and all, and it seemed like a lark, but it
that
really,
and a producer. You were behind the scenes doing artwork and advertising and creating product for other people. And so you just did it as, a bit of a,
Yeah, it was very much, a personal, growth journey for me to step into, being more of the Om master.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Yeah. It's just really, it was wonderful, really, that we have those.
And I did use the Om as a background as well for this chakra connection meditation. It is the Om, just to keep it very peaceful, to keep it very harmonious and all.
Yeah. Well, somebody was asking me yesterday about, like doing magic, like spell work. And I was saying that it's an intention. And with all intention is that you have to go toward a positive, and because it has to end positively as well. So, you and think that, you're going to have a pristine, beautiful life. It doesn't work that way. So if you stay on the road, and that's where if you work your chakras to just bring up your vibrational level, and sometimes you get out of your own way, because like hypnosis, we can do it very much in manifest form, or like as wellness, that you're really tapping into that wellness, and sometimes you have that you're going to be well. But then I do a lot of journey meditations where I'm taking you on a visual and like a dreamlike therapy, so that you get out of your own way. And so the chakra balance is the same thing. It's all about getting out of your own way. So you visualize the colors, you feel it. You're going through the motions. You're feeling that your chakras are going into a certain glow, or I like to go clockwise in the direction of the future. And so the thing is that you are clearing your life as best as possible and getting out of your own way, so that you can be de-stressed. No more stress, no more.
Yeah.
And no more being hard on your body and your organs, and eating well, and you go towards the good things instead of being in some kind of stalemate. Money flows, because money is an energy. And when we get into that part of it, it's really fun. I have huge clients. I do a lot of big business. So the thing is it's really fun just to get in the flow of it. Yeah, it's energy. We are energetic beings on the planet. So the chakras and the colors and and I say a lot of times, you fake it until you make it. So you might feel like you're pretending, you might feel like you're not seeing it, but it's just like, go with it. Like, stop fighting yourself. Go with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's the growth journey, right? As far as
yes,
is being, we're always going to be at a certain level, right? And and if we feel like we're not enough, then that will keep us from moving forward, right? I mean, it will, like, I'm not good enough, so I'm just going to stop and not go in that direction. But it's like what you were saying about being able to just kind of get out of our own way. And if we are, compelled, if we have that desire, right, to move in a certain direction, then it's important that we get in sync with that, and be able to learn how to manifest it, right? To take that which is within us, that which is, spiritual, that which is desire, right? And to be able to turn that into action, so that we are, being effective in our approach, right? So that we can get to where it is that we feel that we need to get. And it's like excuse me, it's like my journey as a producer, as a musician, as a person who uses their voice, all right, for creating energy, all right, because it's not just about, voicing a meditation. It's about sharing an energetic space so that someone can come into alignment with their own course, their own path. And my journey, it's like, if when I was a teenager, it was like, yeah, I want to be a rock star, I want to, like, make albums and all that. And it's great because that energy is what propels one to learn about engineering and mixing and, all of the physical aspects of recording. But as one's spirit grows, as one sees how they are interconnected, and again, kind of the Om showed me how I'm, what we always think for, what we always, think about how things are going to turn out. That may not be the case, right? But it's important to keep going with the energy of it, and to not get hung up on, if one path does not come to full fruition. It's like, sometimes there's other influences that have a bigger story in mind for us. And so I feel that is, my path as well, where, it's like I don't have to control just every aspect of it. Just move forward energetically in a very kind of loving, heart-centered way.
Yeah, I agree with that. I try to do that too. Just keep going forward, because, life happens, it's not easy sometimes. Mm-hmm. And, it's just best to be in, the zone of knowing that, everything's a learning experience. And boy, it's all about really being, what's the next great thing that it's leading to you, because it's just like, Jason was saying, like the Om was, something that seemed like it was accidental. Mm-hmm. Man, was that destiny at play?
Yeah.
That was the guides and masters on the other side laughing their heads off. Well, we finally got them there. Yeah. And I know that they did that with me as well. I had the near-death experiences, and I was always just so called to know every mystical person on the planet. I still am drawn to every shaman and every really great-hearted people, I have to say. I'm going to Australia and New Zealand. March 14th, I leave for 6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks. And, yeah, boy, they have me scheduled morning, noon, and night doing something. So, we'll be in Australia, I think it's the first week. It might be the second week of April, but I'm doing a spiritual teachings, ancient spiritual teachings seminar with an Aborigine shaman outside.
And what's his name? I always love when you pronounce.
Wee Wadi.
What was that again?
Yanunde Wee Wadi.
I'm not laughing at him. It's just more your, like,
my pronunciation, my stumbling over his tribal name. Great. Yeah. He's really super wonderful. He'll just touch you on the back and your whole life will change. So, the thing is like, it's a super wonderful opportunity to be in the magic of a being who brings that to the planet. Really, he's some kind of angel. Yeah, shamanic angel. So I'm really looking forward to having a seminar with him. And then in New Zealand too, we have the farm. We're going to be at Mount Maunganui, which is a sacred to the Maori there. And so we're going to have some great seminars. readings, whatever it is for there. And I love Americans and Europeans to come as well. You know, everybody can come in the world, Asians too. Everybody can come. There's plenty of room and plenty of accommodation for everybody.
Yeah.
Like really great food down there. It's a good time. I have a great
And that's in March?
March. I leave March. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it all on your website?
No, it's not fully on the website yet. They're getting all the, because they're sponsoring, so they're doing all the, advertising. So, I'll get it, like they're saying, oh, we'll get it to you, because they're just, finishing up the dates and stuff for some of the other stuff, for some of it. You know, they have everybody already in line. They're in those regions. It's just the rest of the world, if you want to come.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Love it. And then I'm doing
like
an event. I'm doing an event, but you know, it's chilly. It's chilly. Still here in California in February, but in Venice, I'm doing an event, on Monday night at the Mystic Journey bookstore, which is the coolest bookstore. Well, Jason works for a couple bookstores in, LA too, so he probably thinks they're the greatest too. But
They are great, but you know,
they're all different.
They are all different, right? And the location of Mystic Journey there off of Abbot Kinney, which is a really cool street. There's so many great like little restaurants and little dessert places. It's like we'll go there and we'll get ice cream and at Blue Dot, and it's very artsy. It's very artsy.
It is the street of Los Angeles right now. So it is really just a blast. Yeah. So yeah, Mystic Journey.
Is that this Monday?
Monday 7 to 8. It's only for an hour. So just a life force activation. Again, you know, it's just raising your vibrational level. Do it as a little medicine. So everybody can come in and you know, spiritual medicine we all need, but leave the stress behind. I'll do more of them probably in the spring there at Mystic Journey. So, this will be the last one until I come back from New Zealand, Australia. And then I'll go out. I have a center also to work in Simi Valley. So, that one I'll start doing some classes out there. Jason, you're probably able to do classes out there too, right?
Yes. I teach tarot online, usually through Skype. I know that usually works out the best. So it can be, you know, anywhere in the world really, you know, where I teach either a beginning course. It's usually a 6-session beginning course where we go over all the cards and the meanings and do sample readings, and then an intermediate course as well where it's more readings, all right, more of taking the understanding of the cards and weaving them into a coherent and meaningful reading for someone.
Right. Well, when Jason started, you know, Jason was, I really wanted him to hone his psychic abilities. And so I don't know, 5 years ago, I asked him if he wanted to take a boot camp with me. And for 4 days, 4 or 5 days at the time, from 8 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night, I put him through the paces of psychic every day. And it's boot camp. Yeah. You know, it's one exercise after another and you're exhausted, but you get it. And so Jason is a great student and he's now taken all over LA and as the wizard. He looks like a wizard, but he has the heart of a golden heart, Jason. You do. And so you give such a great advice to everyone.
Thank you.
And yeah, talking about that elevation of process, you definitely have gone forward to do your work in the life. Again, the destiny, destiny pushes you sometimes really hard to get out there. And then, his big sister, and tell him what to do.
Yeah, they're at boot camp making me drop and do 20 readings. It's like, come on, maggot, do 20 readings. No, I don't recall you going to that extent.
No, I wasn't.
But it was, we would do, just readings and just, like cold, right? It's like you wake up and it's just like, okay, do a reading, it's like, it's not like, you have to, make sure that the mood is right and that, you're energetically just totally there and the incense is lit and, there's the right music in the background and all that. It's
no atmosphere.
It's about not relying on anything but yourself, your own, connection to your guides and real Johnny on the spot. All right. And that
telepathy, kinesiology, all of it. Yeah. All of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Even
psychometry,
opening up with past life, explorations with, the shamanic, meditations. We do those in the evening as well. They all work to open one up to, kind of get them attuned to their own path. And,
right.
And I find that, it's as far as, my reading style, that's something that has evolved over the years. It's
right.
like, it's not that, you're trying to teach people to be you. It's like you're teaching people to
be them,
to tap into their own authentic voice about, what it is that is at their own heart, right? Like what type of message one will craft and pass along to others.
Right. Well, I assess what is your highest psychic ability. So that's what I assess with somebody right away. Are you clairaudient, clairsentient, clairvoyant? What is it, what you are, and what are your strengths? So if it's feelings, then I start to hone that, and then, but I want all the senses to start working. I don't want just, you to hone one thing. I want you to be in your full senses when you are reading, that you're, and that way, and knowing how to protect yourself and not like give too much of yourself. Like there's a lot of people who give themselves instead of like allowing the universe or the archangels or the, masters, guides on the other side, the beings that are there to allow them to help and to, all you have to do is ask for their help because they're there to help, and they help you to help guide someone else. It doesn't have to be, fully on your shoulders and you giving them your personal energy. Yeah.
Right.
Because that kind of weakens people and you see it all the time. I see it with psychics all the time and healers. They give too much of their energy where they're depleted. They're so depleted.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's part of the training too, is learning to become that conduit and not the source itself. It's like when one taps into the source and becomes a conduit to give messages, to, collect energy and to send energy. But, that clearing, right? I mean, that's been a major part of it for me, so that, so I'm not wiped out, right? Because it's like, I find that my natural inclination is to give. And if it's, I'll be working like sometimes at all night, gatherings, events and all that where I'm there for pretty much 8 hours, just solid, just doing readings and all. And, we've got it to where, I can be energized by the time it's all done, as opposed to, just wiped out. And that is where one is kind of stepping, out of the path there, where one is not, becoming, I guess using their own energy, but they are being that conduit of this spiritual, energy of guidance, right? That passes through us and then goes to the querent, the person looking for solutions.
Yeah. Cause if you're reading you could read 50 people cause I teach different techniques. Even, like my teenagers used to do parties where they read one card and walked around. So people would pick cards but they're being paid by the, who's giving the party. And then you go from that one card and you use it as a touchstone or, because you're using things as a touchstone, not to actually then tap into their life. You're not just reading cards.
Right.
That's what I teach is that you're going to go into your psychic ability and you're going to go ahead and say things that you wouldn't normally think you were going to. Yeah. And I do readings these days too, cards. I've been giving specials and different things because I know that my prices have gotten so high that, I want everybody to be able to enjoy all of our guidance, Jason and mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're great, Jason. And then Jason gives a lot of readings, really a lot of readings. I give a lot of readings too. I mean, I can do 8 a day, but it's like, come on, we got to go. But I do different things too. I know Jason does different things. He's a hypnotist, so you can hypnotize at any time, any sort of success blocks or health blocks. Yeah. Any, weight loss, no smoking, anything you want to overcome, we're definitely here.
Yeah. I also use Qigong as a way to, when I begin a reading, I'll use the Qigong to, I guess to analyze or whatever the energy, that's between me and the reader and, the querent, and to be able to, see if they're like holding back, right? As far as if they are, it's not so much about their sincerity, right? And looking for answers and all that, but to see if I'm going to be able to connect with them. And so, I kind of like use that to strengthen the connection between us, this Qigong, and Qigong is like gathering, Qi, right? Energy around us, either us or the querent, and to be able to tap in to it, and so I'll use it for healing as well. If someone is in like having a physical pain too, it's like one can add the like energy to someone's, like if their knee is hurting, I've done that with various people where they're either their back or their knee, just kind of work on them that way to help, relieve some of those areas.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Well, I love, I love all that because of, I was at Satnam Rayasan, which was Gurudev, the Sikh saint, was part of his entourage, and they were wonderful as far as like their teaching modalities. But the Kundalini yoga is a very disciplined practice. You have to do 11 minutes holding one pose, or 22 minutes or 31 minutes. They have different, it's really a lot of work, but great. I believe that they are opening chambers in the brain and, different keys of the universe, and really wonderful people. They were great fun, but, I was able to do a lot of what you're talking about, Jason. Like they do a modality of that you check in with somebody's body, and I was able to do it just so naturally, and so everybody wanted to be my partner in the exercises.
Yeah.
But you bring in someone else. You bring in Guru Dev usually to go in to heal whatever it is that you're seeing.
Right.
So it was really great, and he was there in the room, so it was even like so powerful and great. I think he's still doing healings, and then John of God. I'm a big, huge believer of John of God and the entities. They are really, he's fabulous. He's super fabulous. But it's that, so use the Qigong energy. See, I don't do Qigong. So how does that, what is it? It's really about all the magnetic and don't you form like magnetic, energy around you? What is it that you do with Qigong?
Well, I think the energy is already there, right? It's just the natural energy that is around every living thing there on the planet. And so Qigong is a way of just gathering that energy, focusing it. It's one of the bennies of it, of course, is just where you're you're meditating, you're unstressing, you're taking a moment to concentrate on your breath. And then how I see it, right, is where, one builds these energy balls, right? It's like you see the practitioners there, and it looks like they're holding this invisible ball in front of them, right? And they're massaging it, or they're rotating this ball. So you always have this perfect sphere in your hands. And I use that opportunity to infuse this energy with intention. If it's for maybe distance healing for someone, I do it for our sister, right? Or every day it's like I'll kind of work on her, and then create this ball, which becomes like this seed, right? The seed that one sends out into the universe. And so after forming this ball of intention, of healing, of positive energy, right? It's like one releases it, lets it go. And it can be for healing, it can be for one's abundance, creating opportunity, right? It's like it's not the only thing that one does, right, to step into abundance, because one has to act as well, but it's a way of asking the universe for support, and it's just part of again kind of that whole being plan, right? That it's like we're physical beings, we're spiritual beings, and when we are aligned within ourselves, then that's where we can again, I like that word, like just being effective, right, in the world, and work to sustain ourselves. And so I feel that the Qigong is a way of tapping into the spiritual aspects, right? Like sending the spiritual energy out there into the universe, but it also has the benefits of calming the body, of being in the present.
Yeah, I wanted to put out there too, because you were talking about our sister Amy. Our sister Amy is very sick, and so my friend Mark Plotkin, everybody knows him as the medicine man. He is a Harvard ethnobotanist. Amazon, the 3D movie, is based basically around him, and so is Medicine Man with Sean Connery is about Mark. So Mark sent he overnighted some sap to my sister. she's supposed to drink it. I hope she will.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah. But from the shaman of Brazil, one of the shaman. So I'm hoping that she'll do it because it's a cure. So I'm really hoping she can stomach it and do it. Yeah, I'm excited. And I want to thank him. And everybody, he's AmazonTeam.org. He is a saint upon the planet anyway, and one of my best friends, and it's really wonderful that he did this for my sister. Yeah.
And for clarity, it's like Amazon. It's not the business.
No, it's not the company.
It's not the company. It's the
jungle. Right. It's the jungle. Yeah.
That he's been tireless in his efforts to like save the Amazon, to bring out the knowledge of natural remedies and all that the indigenous people, have been using there for many years. And it's like so that particular remedy is a sap from one of the
from some tree. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's that's his specialty is the plants, and he's in every household in the world of medicines, that go into all sorts of different uses. But Brazil never had a renaissance it's probably having its renaissance actually now, where it's changing. So they have uninterrupted shamanism for something like 21,000 years.
Wow.
So all those plants and bugs are very important, very, very important to keep alive so that we have for the future, for the world of our, for our children of tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's very, very important not to bulldoze those for crops that, are now being, it's not feeding the world. I think it's gluttony in some weird way. So we need to really start thinking that out better. I hope we do, and who knows, we're on kind of a fast track always on the earth plane. We need to really think things through, and lovingly of what consequences things will bring. And, that's maybe the key is consequences. What happens with things that are consequences? It's a negative behavior, negative thinking, you can't usually have a positive outcome. So we have to, always come back into what is right, what is positive for our lives as well as those around us. It usually starts in the home and then goes out into your environment, into your community, into, our world.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well put. And yeah, thank you, Mark, for doing that for Amy, our sister. It's like, I just wanted to mention too, it's like, cause we went to go see her, this last week, and it was a really, nice time for us to just kind of like talk and bond and, just, again, thank you for, doing all that driving.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's been easy for me. Just get in the car and drive and relax. Yeah, it's my rest time to drive. Who knew? Yeah. So, yeah. And we had just gotten back from the Midwest. So, driving. I got right in the car the next morning. I got home at 2:00 in the morning and I did my radio show last Friday and then got right in the car and left for Northern California. Yeah. So.
And we drove for 13 hours straight.
Yes, because we had to do a few errands.
13 hours. It was like, oh my God.
And then in really deep snow at one point. So that was wild. But, it's okay. It was all good.
Yeah, you're telling me, as far as I try to avoid the snow as much as possible.
And then we're in deep
snow. Yeah. And I'm wearing loafers?
Yeah. Jason just definitely didn't come prepared. He didn't come prepared for Northern California. I didn't know what you were thinking, but it was okay. Yeah, but he was fine. He survived. Yeah. Yeah. It was very heartwarming. Everyone who came out for Amy's cancer benefit, it was very, very heartwarming. Yeah. It's amazing how people create their life. And Amy's given to the community a lot. You know, she's been involved with rodeo with her girls. And, it's just incredible. That you find really good-hearted people in the world.
Yes.
I
Yes.
really was happy about that.
I was talking a little bit about it on Wizard Talk yesterday. Just before just as a way of just expressing what I was feeling and all, and that idea of community really coming out to support her, and it is a reflection of the time, of the effort of our own authentic self. For her, she has been like a really big part of that community, and kind of works tireless to for her family and all, and people pick up on that, and so they came out for her, and it was really beautiful to see and be a part of it, and
It was.
I was telling people too that both of us were in overwhelm. I think you were maybe a little bit more showing it at the time there, but just inside it was just like there was a lot of love for her friends and that community for that benefit.
Yeah. And it's, it's people choose different things, even close to you. I wouldn't be taking that same route that she is, but she's doing good. She's doing good. We expect her to beat it. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. So I pulled a card before the show. Do you want to hear what it was?
Yeah.
The Five of Swords.
Huh.
The Five of Swords. And on the surface, if you go online and look it up at some site, it'll say, oh, it's a card of winning a battle, of victory, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see it as a card of, because it's a 5 for one, and 5s are usually, where there's change happening, right? And so one is in the process of making adjustments and all that. I see it as a card of power for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a card of, not a full win, not a full victory, but where one is just, recognizing that it's almost like, if one is crossing a creek or something like that, it's like a stone there that one is hopping on, as opposed to the full bridge, or where our path is fully lit and clear ahead of us. Sometimes we just have a stone to hop to, and in more extreme cases, that can be like a suicide hotline call or something like that. If one is like really depressed, they reach out and they grab kind of a lifeline there, and they get, just enough, right, to just to hold on.
Right. But that's with everything. Financial, people who are thinking in a hopeless way. So there's actually a stepping stone that you need to step on to, so what is your way out? What is the way out? There will be one, there's a doorway. What is the doorway that you need to walk?
When that card arises, right, it is like an opportunity when one leaps to that stone, right?
There's an opportunity.
Without knowing if there is another stone that, will present itself, right? But sometimes when we when we make that effort, when we go to that stone, then energetically it opens up another opportunity, right? So that we're not just stranded there. but it is, that leap of faith, right? That we tap into our own self that helps, create the door, right? As far as, it's not just about, having to see the door in the distance, right? It's like we know in our heart, if we make that effort, we go to the stone, that another stone will arise that we can then hop to and keep the journey moving. That's how I see that card and all. And, I think that, in the case of, a lot of us and all, it's just, sometimes in various, aspects that, we don't see the full end of it. And so, we just move forward, right? And know that, another stone will arise. And then when we go to that stone, another stone will arise, and we'll be able to,
find our way out.
Yeah. Continue our journey in sometimes some of those areas that are difficult, that are, kind of where we're either emotionally caught up in something where we're having difficulty seeing clearly, and that's all of us,
Yeah. Well, now I want everybody to be able to find Jason at www.jasondmckean.com. It's JASONDMCKEAN. And you can get your new chakra connection on iTunes.
iTunes, Amazon, and it is there. All the links and all are there at the site. If you click on Om Chants, you'll see the CD there. And yeah, it's brand new.
Awesome.
Brand new chakra connection meditation.
Right. And then anybody wants to catch up with my seminar schedule, you can find me at tarasutphen.com. TARASUTPHEN.com, or my Facebook. I'll try to be good and start putting out some of this Australia, New Zealand stuff. And yeah, definitely. Anything else? We're gonna start doing some Simi Valley, and that's the north side of Los Angeles, but really nice parking, really wonderful center. So if anybody just wants to rest and come to that venue, that's a really nice one. Really nice. Yes. And they have some restaurants around there too, which are really nice. Yeah, fun.
Yeah, it's a very, very easy location.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, great and easy. Yeah, which is sometimes in Los Angeles is, all important. Having to walk in the dark of your car, that sort of thing, because usually people are working during the day, so we have to make it evenings. So
yes.
Yeah. So we'll start advertising that as well. Yeah, and it just out of the woodwork, I have this house in Malibu that this beautiful girl wants me to work out of, and it's just the most magnificent house. So I'll maybe put some seminars in there too.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and you can stay in the house if a couple people can. I think it's up to 3 participants can stay in the house, but it's magnificent. Anyway, what else? Jason, what upcoming? What are you doing? You're at the Green Man?
I read at the Green Man store in NoHo, North Hollywood. And that's Sundays and Tuesdays. And also at Kathmandu Boutique on Wednesdays for tea and tarot. I have I'm going to be recording my February YouTube forecasts for all the signs.
Oh, everybody's going to look forward to that. Oh my gosh, everybody loved the January forecasts.
Yeah,
okay, great.
And so that's something I'm going to do either later today or tomorrow, since February is here already, and so I need to get on that. But I'm available for readings, and thank you for having me on Transformations, Tara.
Yeah, you're
much
welcome.
love to you.
Yeah, I love you. Blessings, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your time with Tara Sutphen. Find out more about Tara's work, upcoming seminars, and meditations to help you fulfill your dreams by visiting her website at tarasutphen.com.